This video is brought to you by NordVPN. Give yourself options online. Go to nordvpn.com/TopTenz or use the code TopTenz to grab a 2-year plan for just $89. More on them in just a bit. The idea of a gender reveal party is a fairly new one. They seem to have sprung up in the last decade or so and have spread like wildfire, sometimes literally. The point of a gender reveal is to gather your friends and family together to make a surprise announcement about the gender of the baby that you're expecting. Initially, this was done in some very simple and quaint ways, such as people cutting into a cake and discovering if the icing was blue or pink, for instance. Unfortunately, we can't have nice things in this world, and people need to do everything bigger and better than their neighbor. That means that pink and blue cakes had to give way to pink and blue smoke being shot from cannons, or pink and blue explosions caused by chemicals added to canisters of tannerite that were shot and then blown up in a field. As you can imagine, some of those gender reveals have been more intense than others. Number 10. The wildfire reveals. You'd be hard-pressed to find a gender reveal that went more wrong than the one that started in Southern California towards the end of the summer of 2020. Within days, the fire that had started as a result of the gender reveal explosion had destroyed 7,000 acres of forest and caused thousands of residents to flee their homes. California was in the midst of a record-breaking heatwave at the time when the pyrotechnic device meant to give off colored smoke caused the dry grass nearby to ignite. Incredibly, this is not the only wildfire caused by a gender reveal gone awry, nor is it the worst. In 2018, they charged a Border Patrol agent after his baby gender reveal party sparked a blaze that destroyed an astounding 47,000 acres throughout the Coronado National Forest. They gave the agent 5 years probation and ordered him to pay $8 million in restitution. Number 9. Plane crash reveal. Not even the skies are safe from the scourge of gender reveal mayhem, as witnessed by an incident in 2019 when a single-seater plane stalled out mid-flight and hit the ground. The idea for this reveal was that the plane was going to essentially crop dust the family and friends below, releasing 350 gallons of colored liquid to fill the sky. Instead of going as planned, the plane's engine stalled when the plane dipped too low and it lost too much speed. It was no longer able to aerodynamically fly and it hit the deck. The pilot and one passenger sustained some injuries, but nothing life-threatening. The plane, however, sustained serious damage. Number 8. The gate reveal. Stacey Childs Wright and her husband Chad wanted to do a gender reveal in 2019, so they came up with a novel idea that required an assist. They filled a balloon with colored powder so that when it popped, a cloud would appear and indicate the gender of the baby. So far, so not potentially deadly. The couple took things to the next level when they decided that popping the balloon the old-fashioned way was too boring. Instead, they recruited the family alligator to bite the balloon and release the powder. Naturally, this is not the only time that an alligator has been used for a gender reveal. Another family opted to use the pet gator as a prop by having it bust open a watermelon to reveal the baby's gender as colored jelly squished out. That video was met with some serious blowback as people called it animal abuse. Number 7. Cannon reveal. Most gender reveals gone awry these days rely on the use of a small explosive device. The word small is, of course, relative, and some families choose to go bigger and more dangerous just to make a scene. But the anticipated result is nothing more than an explosion of colored powder. For one Michigan man, this explosion proved fatal when the device, described as a cannon, completely exploded. It was not meant to be filled with any kind of projectile, but just like a gun loaded with blanks can still prove deadly, the device must have been rigged incorrectly. When the cannon went off, it exploded entirely, sending shrapnel in all directions. Pieces were later found in nearby cars, and enough pieces struck a 26-year-old man nearby that doctors were unable to save his life. Number 6. The flaming car reveal. Lest you think gender reveals are strictly an American phenomenon, it's worth knowing that in 2019 on Australia's Gold Coast, one family attempted a gender reveal which ended with a flaming automobile. While Americans like explosions, Aussies seem to have a penchant for burnouts. That's when you gun the engine of your car and shoot smoke. In this case, additives made the smoke come out a certain color for the gender reveal. The problem with a burnout is the burn part. Cars aren't meant to burn and produce thick smoke normally, so the result is that your car overheats and potentially catches on fire, as was the case with this one in Australia. The 2 people in the car were able to escape as the smoke overwhelmed the car, but the driver was charged with dangerous operation of a motor vehicle. Now, if you don't want to be charged with dangerously operating on the internet, then you've got to protect yourself with a VPN, and that's where today's sponsor, NordVPN, is really quite helpful. I've talked about the benefits of VPNs before. This isn't 1999. Too many people are looking for your internet history. Bad actors, they're trying to steal your data and personal information. Maybe corporations are tracking your browser activity and bombarding you with ads. No one needs any of that. That's why NordVPN is so crucial. It's based over in Panama, which makes it a great option for both Americans and Europeans. And look, a common misconception is that VPNs are people who just want to play defense, but they're not just for protecting yourself. You'll be amazed at the different streaming services you have when jumping on a server from Asia or elsewhere. wear. It's really quite something. Protect yourself or just play around, buy it for yourself, or consider it as a gift for another internet user in your life. With NordVPN, you got lots of options. And right now, you guys can take advantage of a summer deal that NordVPN is running. Any purchase of a 2-year plan comes with a huge discount, plus 4 additional months for free. And if you make a purchase and decide a VPN isn't for you, NordVPN has a 30-day money-back guarantee. There's never been a better time to enhance your online experience with NordVPN. Head to nordvpn.com/TopTenz or use the code TopTenz at checkout. Or just follow the link in the description below. And let's get back to other explosive gender reveals. Number 5, the pipe bomb reveal. One of the big problems with gender reveal explosives is that they're not really regulation devices. People make these things themselves, and the result is that they're far from safe and reliable. The difference between a gender reveal device and a homemade bomb is often just the addition of colored powder. At one gender reveal party in Iowa, things got out of hand in the worst possible way when the homemade device became little more than a pipe bomb. A metal tube had been welded to a metal stand, and a small hole was drilled in it for a fuse. After it was filled, the top was taped down so securely that it couldn't detonate as planned. 66-year-old Pamela Kramer, the grandmother-to-be, was killed by flying shrapnel when the gunpowder-infused device exploded, causing the metal case and stand to shatter. To give you an idea of the force behind the explosion, Kramer was standing 45 feet away. The shrapnel that caused her death went through her and landed 144 yards away. Number 4, the baseball bat reveal. Back in the day, before hilarious internet videos were a thing, we could still laugh at the misfortune of others on video thanks to shows like America's Funniest Home Videos. One of the surefire ways to get a laugh from a crowd was to show a video of a kid accidentally hitting his dad with a baseball bat. People find that level of pain amusing, apparently, and, well, then there's this. Eschewing the explosives that had led to so many accidents in the past, one couple wanted a gentler gender reveal and opted to have a dad swing a bat and explode a baseball. The ball would release the telltale puff of colored powder, and everyone would go ooh and ah, and well, except that Dad hit Mum in the face. The man's swing hit the mark and caused the ball to explode in a puff of blue, but his follow-through was too powerful and his wife was standing too close. The bat dinged her in the face, and husband quickly tried to soothe her, but the damage was already done. Number 3, lasagna reveal. One thing people seem to forget about gender reveal parties is that they are parties. Who wants to be exploded? Nobody, but everyone wants party snacks. So why not find a way to mix the reveal with a delicious treat for everyone? That has to be the thinking behind the gender reveal lasagna. Normally, lasagna features layers of pasta, seasoned meat, cheese, and sauce. You can shake up the recipe hundreds of ways, but the layers are a consistent part of the dish. So Villa Italia Kitchen in New Jersey was arguably well within their rights to make a lasagna that was packed to the gills with baby blue cheese. If the description is unappealing, the visual is more so. The lasagna seems to be purely pasta with ricotta and maybe a cream sauce, but all of it is dyed on the inside pale blue that borders on green. It's not a natural shade for food, and many people who viewed the dish on social media felt it was a bit of an insult to the Italian classic. Number 2, the fart reveal. There's really no polite or classy way to address this entry, and well, maybe that's kind of the point. You either find the idea funny and maybe charming or absolutely appalling, but remember, this was done in front of a small crowd of onlookers plus the entire world who later saw it on social media. The video has actually been viewed over 17 million times at this point. So, well, what video you ask? And that would be the fart reveal video. Now, obviously, explosions have a long history in the world of gender reveals, and just as much history causing murder and mayhem. So any gender reveal in which no one gets hurt can technically not be the worst gender reveal ever. However, this particular reveal was not the sort of thing that you consider mainstream by any means. Paige Gunn became Twitter infamous when she shared her gender reveal video. It features Gunn lying on the floor in a shirt with no pants and her butt exposed. It looks like you might be in store for something a little adult-oriented at first, but then, as if by magic, her body moves ever so slightly and a cloud of blue dust shoots out from her behind. She farts out her gender reveal as the camera pans over to excited friends and onlookers, and yes, it's exactly as weird as it sounds, and no, we can't show it here because, well, nudity. Apparently the powder was coloured baby powder, so we're all left to puzzle over the nature of the setup for this video. Then you can spare a moment to wonder if the child will ever see this later in life. It's Certainly going to be a weird thing to learn about your mum. Number 1. The murder plot fake reveal. The sheer destruction of forest fires is one thing when it comes to gender reveals gone wrong, but if nothing else, you can take some small comfort in knowing that those were accidents. No one was cruelly trying to cause destruction there. Not so for the chaotic gender reveal that took place at a party in Ohio back in 2019. By the time the dust had settled on this gathering, 1 woman was dead and 8 others were injured. But there was no explosion here. Instead, this was a premeditated attack and murder. Vandal Slade was the shooter, along with 3 other men who it was thought wanted to kill the mother-to-be, Cheyenne Willis. Adding another layer of weirdness to this whole story, Willis was later determined to not be pregnant at all, so the entire gender reveal was actually just a hoax. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button below, and as always, thank you for watching.